Hi, good morning. Happy Tuesday, and welcome to this very special edition of our College and Career Week 2022 Career Ed Talks. We are discussing today with the Career and Tech Ed teachers on assignment, all of the different opportunities that are available to our middle school students and current high school students once you get to high school. Very quickly, going to do a screen share. So like I said, this is College and Career Week. So happy College and Career Week to all of our students and teachers out there. Teachers, if you're in the Google Classroom, you'll go to classwork. You'll go down to Tuesday, interests and offerings. You'll click on the interests and offerings, and you should be able to see a link for the recording that will be right here. And right under that is also our brochure. So we're going to pull that up first. You guys all see that? Yeah, all right. So this is the brochure for our Career and Technical Education Department. This brochure shares all of the different academies and programs that are at the different high schools. So the programs are listed across the top, high schools are listed down the left side, and then you can see by the dot which high school has which program. On the back, we also have our middle school offerings. Obviously not as many as in our high school, but if you are currently in elementary school and you are considering a middle school, for you fifth graders that are thinking about where you want to go, you may want to check this out. And then for our middle school students that are in 8th grade and are going into high school, we do have a Career Academy waiver that's available through the school district through student enrollment, and you can always check that out on our website, www.leeschools.net/CTE. So you can always check out our CTE website and find that waiver. What that waiver does is will allow you as an 8th grade student, when you are choosing your high school, it will allow you to choose a high school based on the career academy that you are interested in. It does not guarantee you a spot in that career academy, but it does, enrollment will do what they can to make sure that they get you at the right school for you to be able to take advantage of those opportunities if there is a space available within that program. So feel free to take advantage of that waiver. And with that, we're going to go ahead and go through some of these programs. Our teachers on assignment are here to share. There are 16 different career clusters, and our 3 teachers on assignment split up those clusters and oversee those at a district administration level. So we will start with, let's go by last name. Let's start with Jeremy Bailey. Jeremy, can you share with us the academies that you oversee?
Hi, good morning. Jeremy Bailey, CTE teacher on assignment. I oversee the automotive, the construction trades, finance, and firefighting, criminal justice operations, and basically how it works with some of the larger programs that we have, such as automotive and firefighting. We like to put one of those in each zone. So if you are interested in, say, automotive, Eastleigh County High School offers it, South Fort Myers High School offers automotive, and Ida Baker High School offers automotive.
Thank you, Jeremy. We'll come back to you in a little bit. Let's go to Nicole Bailey. Would you like to give a brief overview?
Hi, my name is Nicole Bailey, and I oversee the education cluster. So if you're interested in being a teacher, early childhood, or middle school, high school, elementary teacher, I would be overseeing those programs. I also oversee the IT cluster. So if you like computers and programming and web and things like that, that would be me as well. And my favorite is the hospitality and tourism cluster. So if you want to cook or you like the hospitality industry, I also oversee that.
Thank you, Nicole. And last but not least is Mary Graham.
Hello. Yep, I'm Mary Graham, and the career clusters that I oversee are agriculture, food, and natural resources. So that's going to be our agriculture courses and aquaculture. And then arts, AV, and technology communications, which includes a lot of the digital design, TV production, those type of courses. Engineering and technology is our engineering and our aerospace programs, government and public administration. And then I also help with the health sciences. Lisa Wright is our health science coordinator, so she really oversees those, but I try to lend a hand where I can.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mary. So as Jeremy said, the way that we organize the career academies is usually by zone. We hope to have at least one academy within each of our zones. So the school district of Lee County, it's broken out into an east zone, south zone, west zone. So east zone is the Lehigh Acres area. South zone is going to be more of your central and South Fort Myers. And then the west zone is more of your North Fort Myers and Cape Coral area. So depending on where you go to elementary school, that could determine which zone, or where you go to middle school could determine which zone you'll need to kind of look in and stay within when you're looking at your options for high school. What would you guys say is probably our newest program?
I'm going to say we have a new one that we're hoping to start a lot around next year called Marketing Management and Entrepreneurial Principles. So if you're interested in possibly owning your own business one day, being your own boss, we're starting programs of that at many of our high schools. It covers basic business skills, things most people need to just know about a business. Even if you're not going to start your own, it'll come in handy. It'll cover some marketing and some management things if you want to be the boss one day. This would be a good program for you to go into.
Thanks, Nicole. That's definitely an exciting program and something that can be used across the board, no matter what you're thinking of doing for your future career. So maybe if you're on a dual enrollment pathway, but you also want to take a couple of CTE courses, that might be a good place to start, is looking into some marketing and business classes that you'll be able to take to any career that you may eventually have. All right, let's talk a little bit about the East Zone. So East Zone is Dunbar, East Lee County, our newest high school, which is Gateway High School, Lehigh Senior, and Riverdale. I know one of the really successful programs are the agriculture programs, and that's both at East Lee County and at Riverdale. Mary, do you want to share a little bit about those agriculture programs?
Sure. So our agriculture programs, well, all of the agriculture programs really try to get students hands-on and learning the importance of sustainable farming and where their food comes from, how to be self-sufficient. And we also are incorporating a lot of technology. So they have vertical towers for growing. Riverdale has a FarmBot, which is a farming robot. And we are looking for next year to work on some drone technology. So keeping up with technology trends in the industry.
Very nice. Some of our other programs that we have in the East Zone are, we have a very successful education program at Lehigh Senior. Nicole, would you like to share a little bit about the education program?
Sure. The one at Lehigh is more for the not early childhood, but for people who want to be like elementary, middle, or high school. And Judith Cintron is the teacher out there. She started a big program, has lots of enrollment, and she works really hard at getting these students internships and hands-on experience teaching in a classroom and tutoring students after school. And she's really growing that program, and she's got a lot of sponsors that really help with that. And she works really hard to get them scholarships too.
Awesome. Thank you, Nicole. And Jeremy, if we talk about the East Zone, so Lehigh, Gateway, what do you think is your largest program in that area?
Okay, well, earlier I mentioned automotive. Automotive is obviously very big. Also at East Lee County High School, they offer a welding program as well. And that one is very good to be into because as you see in this local area, that manufacturing is growing quite well. And with more people coming in, that everything is just going to increase in those companies are going to need people to hire. So coming out of the welding program, you have potential to earn your American Welding Society certifications for the SMAW, FCAW, and I believe there's 2 others that are on the list as well, as far as the American Welding Society. As far as automotive, that's with ASE certifications. So if you enter the automotive program, you have an opportunity to earn those ASE entry-level certifications.
Thank you, Jeremy. And speaking of automotive and also welding, we'll jump down to the South Zone because South Fort Myers also offers very strong programs in automotive and welding. Other schools in the South Zone are Bonita Springs High School, Cypress Lake High School, Dunbar, Estero, Fort Myers, and as we mentioned, South Fort Myers. South Fort Myers also has a very robust agriculture program, which Mary had mentioned a little bit ago as well. Also in the South Zone, though, we have Estero, and as Nicole had talked about earlier with the education in our East Zone, in our South Zone, we have a little bit more of a focus, especially at Estero High School and Fort Myers High School, with the early childhood development. Nicole, can you tell us a little bit about what makes those 2 programs at Estero and Fort Myers special?
Okay, they deal with little kids. I think they usually have to be about 3 or 4, and the 5-year-olds, the ones who aren't old enough to go to school yet, but they're not, I think they're potty trained. And they just work with the little kids, and they do arts and crafts with them, and they make food with them. And they actually get little kids to come in for a few hours a day, most days throughout the year. And those students are responsible for creating lesson plans. They have to do a snack. They have to do an arts and craft with the students, and they kind of rotate around, but they have like the first month to learn all those concepts, and then they get to implement them throughout the year with the little kids.
So if you are super interested in early childhood, maybe running your own daycare, working in a daycare, those would be 2 really awesome programs to look at if you're in the South Zone. So you have Fort Myers High School or Estero High School. Both of those schools, as Nicole mentioned, have smaller kids that come in, and the students that are taking those courses are almost running a VPK or a daycare. So they're helping those students learn the very, very basic skills. And it's good hands-on experience for our high school students to learn how to care for those students. And there are certifications that are also included. Speaking of certifications, Mary, can you share a little bit about overall how certifications tie into our career academies?
So all of our high school programs should be tied to an industry certification, and industry certifications they're industry recognized. There's a whole process for approval, and the Florida Department of Education, collaboration with CareerSource and other agencies, determine this list. But students have an opportunity to earn these industry certifications that they can take with them after high school and right into the workforce. They have those initial credentials to start a career.
Thank you. So for students, I know most of you, if you're in middle school and just trying to decide on high school, you may not be thinking further on down the road. But know that college is not always The next step, it is one pathway that you can take, but there are additional pathways. There are technical schools where you will get the skills that you need very quickly and in a short amount of time. And then there are also, as Mary mentioned, the certifications that are already embedded into our high school programs. So you can enroll in the program, get the education and technical background that you need, and then also be able to turn that into a hands-on skill. And through the certifications and the testing, you prove that you have that skill. And if you are successful and you receive that certification, that is a certification that is with you for after you graduate. Nicole?
I was going to point out that all the zones have a culinary program. And a lot of us for our first time jobs worked in restaurants or will work in a restaurant. And in those culinary and the hospitality programs, we offer a Servsafe certification, which is recognized by, I think everyone, every restaurant with the health department, you have to have someone on staff who has that certification. So you would walk in as you're starting your first job, maybe in a restaurant, and have that certification, which is going to, number one, show that you know how to make food safely. So you have some skills and backgrounds. And number two, it also shows some leadership skills because you've initiated and been self-initiating going to get the certification before you go out there. So it's going to help you advance and show leadership skills before you even get the job.
Exactly. That's what the certifications that you can get in high school are useful now, but you can also keep them and use them after you graduate in place of a university degree. It gives you an extra step up as compared to maybe the person that's next to you applying for the same maybe entry-level job that you would be applying for. You have a little bit more of a technical background and a little bit more skill, and you can prove that with your certification. If we're still thinking South Zone, I know that Nicole had mentioned culinary, and that program is at Estero. We also have it at a couple of schools in the East and in the West. South Zone, though, the other school I really wanted to touch on is Dunbar. They are very strong in a lot of their technical programs. Mary and Nicole, would the two of you like to share a little bit about what Dunbar offers and what makes them special and stand out a little bit more?
I'll go first, sorry. So Dunbar is a Microsoft Office school, and although we don't offer the Microsoft certification anymore, they still have a lot to give. We've stopped by there, and these students are making video games that are recognized at competitions throughout the country and winning awards and things like that with those. I oversee more of the cybersecurity aspect of it and networking, which is stuff I don't know about, but like it's so important and it's so in depth. Wherever you work, there's networking and security issues that most of us don't think about, and they're out there learning about it and trying to protect us all in the future. And then Mary?
Yes, they have, like Nicole said, competing in national and world competitions and winning. So it's fabulous. I know this year they had a group of students that worked on a animation video game. And they are moving on to the national competitions. So phenomenal programs, digital design, TV production, 3D animation, game and sim design, simulation design, and then engineering. So lots of technology and definitely staying ahead of the curve and really connecting with the community to bring business partners into the school, make sure that they are doing what students need, they're learning what they need for the workplace and for their future.
Thanks, Mary. That is something Dunbar is really great. And most of our schools are really, really great at pulling in businesses and industry, because that's what our job is to make sure that we are preparing you as students for whatever the future workforce is. And sometimes that is things like cybersecurity, where it's not anything that we have experience in, but we know that it's coming. So we like to provide those opportunities to our students. And like Mary said, game and simulation is huge. I know that's something that a lot of students are interested in. Dunbar is a place where you can go and actually put that hobby that you enjoy doing, playing those video games and learning real technical skills that can help you while you're having fun and doing something that you love doing, but also making it a career. Let's jump now to the West Zone. So these are our Cape Coral and North Fort Myers schools. So Cape Coral, Ida Baker, Island Coast, Mariner, and North Fort Myers. We're going to start first with Jeremy. I'm going to jump over to you to have you share about Mariner's Outboard Marine program, because that is a super successful program. If you are a student that is interested in maybe automotive or how engines work or how to repair boats, we're talking Cape Coral, North Fort Myers, tons of water over in that area. So this is something that it's definitely a field that you will be able to find a career in, especially if you stay over in Cape Coral. So Jeremy, can you share about Mariner's Outboard Marine program?
Sure. So Mr. Bowden is currently the teacher there. Unfortunately, he's going to be retiring after this year, so we'll have some fresh teacher in there. But what he's done is he's brought pretty much that program from the ground up. Lots of donations, lots of community support, jobs for his students with his career advisory board meetings, has been able to land those students jobs, internships. He's even incorporated a little bit of welding into the program because sometimes your trailer may need a little extra support to carry that large boat that you have. So Mr. Bowden has done a great job out there, and looking forward to more years of that program being successful. And Florida is, if it's not, is very high up on the list of most boat sales in the nation. So there's not going to be any shortages of needing those folks who can work on boat engines.
Thank you, Jeremy. One of our other really successful programs, and Jeremy had talked about automotive before, but Ida Baker also has an automotive program. Jeremy, do you want to add anything about Baker's program?
Sure. Same thing there with Mr. Kirchbaum as the instructor for the automotive program at Ida Baker. Doing a phenomenal job getting a lot of students certified in both the FATA, that's Florida Automotive Dealers Association, as well as ASE Automotive Service Excellence certifications, and doing just a really great job out there. One of the things that he has at his school with his automotive program that the others do not, he actually has an electric car. So if you're interested in seeing how the mechanics of that vehicle, that's where it's going to be located until we can maybe get some extra funds to get them elsewhere.
Thank you, Jeremy. Our West Zone also seems to be very strong in information technology. I see that every school in the West Zone offers IT. Nicole or Mary, would either of you like to touch on that?
A couple of them offer.
That was me, I'm sorry.
Sorry. A couple of them offer cybersecurity programs, but all of them offer digital design, which is more of Mary's area. So she might have.
I think our IT cluster would include animation, game and sim design. So there are a couple of schools. North Fort Myers High School has a game and sim program along with Cape Coral High School.
Thank you. And Mary, what kind of certifications can students possibly expect to go for with game and sim?
Gosh, so there's so much software used in game and sim. It's a little bit different every year. Again, keeping up with the trends and technologies. So they do Autodesk 3ds Max certifications. We have Unity certifications, Fusion 360. So all different kinds. Students might start with simpler software, Animate, and the Adobe certification. So it really depends on the teacher and their program, their expertise, and their background. So each program is a little bit different because of our fabulous teachers.
Which makes it really interesting. So even if you are taking a specific class at one school, it may not be the same as what your friend at another school is taking. You may be getting different certifications depending on what your teacher has expertise in, as Mary said. The highlight really is just that all of our schools offer additional opportunities for students who may not be on a dual enrollment pathway or may not be on an IB pathway. So you just have to figure out what your interests are, what your skills are. If you are more college bound and you are following the ACE program, the Cambridge program, the IB program, participating in dual enrollment, that is amazing. And you can also still take advantage of some of these career and tech ed courses. And Mary, I know, is going to jump in with some dual enrollment opportunities that may be coming up through career and tech ed.
Well, we do have dual enrollment with career and technical education. Embry, Riddle, Aeronautical University. So Island Coast High School and Bonita Springs High School both offer courses in that program, which would translate to bachelor's degrees, master's degrees at various colleges. And then we have some new partnerships that are starting for people who are interested in water treatment or wastewater treatment. So you can do a 2-year program with that, and you get half of it finished while in high school. So it would just be one additional course that would needed to be taken after. And that is in partnership with Florida Gateway College and University of Florida. And then Charlotte Technical College, we are partnering with them for aviation maintenance. So that's a high need industry. Take our automotive, kind of marry it with aerospace. So we've got aviation maintenance options too.
Thank you for that. Yes, if you are someone who enjoys working on your cars and working on engines and motors, and you're thinking of taking an automotive course in high school, maybe consider the aviation one, because that could help you already take that next step. You've already completed part of that you would need for whatever comes next. And it's in partnership with a technical college, so it is considered dual enrollment. So it's a way to get a head start and still be able to use those technical skills that you may have. I think across the board for our CTE offerings, we have a little bit of everything for everybody. So if you are someone who is really interested in hands-on technical skills, welding, automotive, outboard marine, masonry, carpentry, those are all things that are available. If you want to take it a step further and take it into engineering, that's available. Aerospace, we have that. And then if you are one of these technical kids that does wonderful on a computer and you know how to program and make it all work, or you want to learn those things, or how to create games, we have so many of those IT programs available with cybersecurity. I'm just looking down the list, digital design. What else do we have? Networking, television production. Yeah, we didn't even really touch on television production. So if that's something you're interested in, I believe most of our schools, there's maybe only 1 or 2 that does not, but most of them have a television production program. So check that out if you're interested in that. Healthcare, we have so many healthcare programs across the board. If you are interested in going into the medical route or veterinary assisting, that's also an option. And then if you are looking into being a future teacher or working in a daycare, we have more of the education and early childhood. So across the board, there's tons of different options for our students. And the first thing that you need to do is really make yourself aware. And that is by going to our website and checking out our brochure, which you can find anytime on www.leeschools.net/CTE, or if you look under academic services, career and technical education, you can find it there as well. If you have any questions, students, please feel free to reach out to any of us. If you see the back of the brochure, it has all of our contact information. And I'm very thankful that you joined us today. My name is Kelly Thawley. I'm a career specialist in CTE, and I'm with my teammate Brandy. She is also a career specialist. So we help support our TOAs. And when we've got positions and jobs that are reaching out to us, looking for students, that's where we connect with our TOAs to figure out exactly what programs and teachers to reach out to. So we have a very strong team, and we are super excited to help you with any questions and see where your future leads you. So any final thoughts? No, Brandy, did I miss anything? All right, Nicole has something, it looks like.
Actually, it was
There
me.
it
We were
is.
just changing the microphone. Also, if you're interested in construction trades, just wanted to mention that real quick. South Fort Myers High School offers 3 different construction trade programs there. There's masonry, electrical, and plumbing. Also at Ida Baker High School, or excuse me, Ida S. Baker, yeah. Ida Baker, there is a masonry program. And Gateway, our newest high school, offers carpentry, and so does Estero. If you're interested in HVAC, air conditioning, HVAC, you can check out locations in Bonita Springs High School. Just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
Thank you, Jeremy. No, that's great. And we have an awesome partnership with our 2 technical colleges that are right here, Cape Coral Tech and Fort Myers Tech. A lot of, especially the ones that Jeremy was talking about, a lot of those programs can lead directly into pathways at those technical colleges as well. So we do have a very strong construction trades programs all across our 3 different zones. And that's something that, especially here in Florida, construction is not going to be stopping anytime soon. So you have a really good job and career outlook if that's the pathway you decide to take. Last question, I'm going to put the 3 of you on the spot. I want you, from your teacher on assignment perspective, which is your favorite program? What is your favorite? It's like choosing children, right? I'm going to make you tell me what your favorite one is. Or if you were in high school, if you went back to high school, what program do you think that you would want to study? Nicole,
Okay,
go ahead.
so I will go first because I already said that hospitality and tourism was my favorite, but I also worked in that industry for 27 and a half years. There's something to it in the area that we live in. Almost every job is customer service. You're in a hotel, you're in a restaurant, you're serving people who are on vacation and all of that. It's just, I love that. But also, I love that we're starting this entrepreneurship kind of marketing management entrepreneur program, because I think it's the basis for any kind of business and everyone can benefit from it. So not that those are my favorite, but those are kind of where I'm putting effort this year trying to build those programs. So.
Awesome. Thank you. Mary, if you could go back to high school, what program would you study?
Okay, because I could not pick a favorite program. They are all fabulous and wonderful, and we have wonderful teachers in all of these programs. But if I had it to do over, probably engineering. Engineering really appeals to my creative but logical side. And I also think it can touch just about every aspect. So I'd go engineering.
Awesome. Thank you, Mary. Jeremy.
I'm with the rest of the team. They're all great programs and all have very, very awesome teachers instructing those programs. If I could go back, I was a firefighter in the Air Force. I used to put out fires. So I think I'd go into welding.
Learn how to make the fires, and then you already know how to put them out. Brandy, I'm going to pop that question on you too. If you could go back to high school, what career academy program would you enroll in?
I would say definitely something business related, for sure. They're all great programs though. They all have great perks to them.
Very good. And I think if I went back, honestly, I would want to study automotive. I really enjoy working with my hands. And then I think that that would be some life skills that I could learn and not have to pay other people to fix my car when something goes wrong. So, well, the one thing that is very true across the board is that our programs have amazing teachers and amazing instructors. So know that no matter what school you're at, whatever program you decide to enroll in, you have someone there that's going to help you and train you and provide you with the skills that you'll need to be super successful. All of our teachers are wonderful. They love what they do and they are knowledgeable about what they do. So take advantage of them having that knowledge and that experience and learn everything that you can from your teachers. And thank you to our teachers. We are so appreciative of you. And thank you to our 3 teachers on assignments in Career and Tech Ed. And also Brandy, thanks for being on here and sharing a little bit of your knowledge and expertise and sharing what we have to offer within our schools. So thank you all. Thank you, students, for joining us. And I hope that you found this 35-minute presentation beneficial. So have a great day and have a wonderful rest of College and Career Week.